Hi boys and girls. I thought it'd be fun today if we did a little something different for children's story. So today we have a special guests and we're gonna make something. You wanna introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Chef Carolyn and welcome to Carolyn's Quarantine Kitchen. Today we are gonna learn how to make quarantine cookies.
Ooh, I like cookies.
Are you ready?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do it. So, I've washed my hands. What do we do next?
Step 2 is put on your PPE.
PPE?
Personal Protective Equipment.
Oh, like masks and stuff. I've got a mask. I'm ready.
Well, okay, that's not exactly what I was talking about. I meant your apron to protect your clothes. And I've got one for you.
This doesn't seem right. Do you have a boy one?
It's okay, honey.
Okay. All right. If it's for the cookies, I don't mind. Okay. I'm ready.
In order to make a great batch of quarantine cookies, you have to have a great recipe.
Okay.
Which we happen to have right here.
I see it. That's a lot of words.
Yes. The author made a very nice step-by-step recipe for us to follow to make delicious cookies. The first step in the recipe is to gather all of your ingredients, which we have done, and measure them precisely.
So what ingredients do we have here?
So what you're going to need to start with is getting some butter.
Okay.
Okay.
We have butter.
Softened butter. We have softened butter. And you're going to put it in your bowl. And we're going to mix it up.
Okay.
With some sugar. Go ahead and get your butter.
I like sugar.
You're probably going to need a little more butter.
Okay. I can borrow from yours.
No, I need my butter.
Well, I mean, it's close enough. It'll be okay. Okay, the butter is in.
Then with your butter, you're going to add your sugar. A cup and a half, exactly, okay?
Okay. How much is in there?
That's a cup and a half.
That's a cup and a half?
That's a cup and a half.
Okay. I think I like a cup and a half of sugar.
So get your sugar.
Okay. My sugar is in.
Before we mix, we're going to start the oven so it's going to get nice and hot.
Okay.
Set it to 375 degrees.
Make sure you have adult supervision when doing anything with the oven or the stove.
So once you've added your sugar to the butter, now we're going to blend it with a machine blender for 30 seconds.
I don't have one of those.
Well, you could do it by hand. It just takes longer.
We'll do it by hand. Got my whisk. $30.
As you can see, we have a nice evenly blended mix of butter and sugar. Now you're going to add in all the other seasonings that we measured. We've got some cinnamon, cloves, salt, some baking powder, and baking soda. Go ahead and measure in. You have to follow the teaspoon measurements here, okay?
Is a teaspoon like a regular spoon?
No.
It'd be easier if I just used a spoon. I'll just dump it in. It's okay. And some of this. Okay. That looks good.
Okay.
Okay, that looks good.
Now we need to beat in 2 eggs. Go ahead and get your 2 eggs.
Well, I've got 1 egg. I don't want my cookies to taste like eggs.
But the recipe calls for 2 eggs.
But I'm just gonna use 1 egg. I'll just use 1 egg. It's okay.
All right, up to you.
1 egg.
Make sure not to get the shells in there. Oh, I almost forgot the vanilla.
Ooh, vanilla.
All right, now vanilla is very strong. So you only need to use a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, 1 teaspoon.
A little bit.
1 teaspoon exactly. There you go.
A little bit.
Whoa, okay, that's plenty. Mixing up with the eggs and the vanilla.
Okay. So we're just getting all the stuff off from the sides.
Exactly. Now is the exciting part when it turns from goop into cookie dough.
Ooh.
And so we're gonna start adding our flour as we're blending until you can't blend it anymore with the mixer, and then you can use a spoon to mix it up. Make sure you use the right amount of flour.
I've got flour somewhere. Found my flour. Mine looks a little different.
I wonder why.
It'll be okay. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be delicious. Mine's not quite that color. Mine's not really brown. So I think what I'll do, I'll put something brown into it to make it more brown.
Well, as long as you're using the recipe.
Don't worry about the recipe. No, it's okay. I got this. Soy sauce.
I wouldn't recommend that.
Soy sauce. Some dabs of soy sauce. There we go. That's brown. All right.
Oh boy.
All right. And
Okay.
let's see. You've got more than I do. I need something to
Did you
give it
measure?
volume. Well, I put stuff in. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I can make it. I can put more stuff in it to make it more amount, so I get more cookies. All right. Le Orange Crush.
I mean, I know it tastes good, but that doesn't mean it makes good cookies.
How can it not make good cookies if it tastes good? I mean, it's just, that's science. That's science.
Okay. So now we need to put in our oats because we are making oatmeal chocolate chip quarantine cookies. Put in only 2 cups of oats, okay?
2 cups of oats. Got it. 2 cups. 2 cups of oats.
You're not measuring.
I don't need a measure. Well, you know what? I just realized I was probably a little short on the flour too. So I need something that's white and crumbly like flour. I got it.
This is what it should look like.
White and crumbly. Parmesan cheese.
That is definitely not in the recipe.
It's okay.
Did you even
It's
look
okay.
at it?
I looked at it. It's a lot of words. Parmesan cheese. White and crumbly.
We're gonna add some chocolate chips
Ooh.
and some chopped up walnuts. All right,
Chopped up
have you chopped up your walnuts yet?
I may have forgotten that I needed to chop up my walnuts.
I've got some more here. Make sure you chop them up, okay?
I mean, they're gonna get baked anyway. What's the point of chopping them up?
Your cookies will fall apart if you don't chop them.
Walnuts are in. Soy sauce is in. Orange soda is in. Parmesan cheese is in. Chocolate chip cookies. Chocolate chip cookies. And mix.
Batter should be nice and thick.
Nice and liquidy.
I don't know how you're gonna put those on the tray.
It's fine. Everything in here is delicious. It's gonna be delicious.
Okay.
Give me a little sneak peek. Some goopage. Delicious.
This is our finished batter. Look how good that looks.
Mine doesn't look like that. It's okay. It's okay. We'll put it in. We'll put it on the
Okay.
pan. We'll set it. We'll forget it. It'll be fine. It'll
We're
be
not
fine.
gonna forget it.
It'll be
You're gonna
fine.
set a timer
For how long?
for how long the cookies bake.
Okay, how long is that?
For 8 to 10 minutes. Don't do it longer because they're gonna burn, and if you wait too soon, then they're not gonna be cooked all the way. Timers are very important. Let's get these cookies on the tray.
Let's do it. Those look really good.
Yes, they do.
Carolyn? She's not around.
What are you doing?
It's okay. I'm just checking on the cookies. 8 minutes is kind of a long time. I'm just gonna eat mine early.
Johnny,
Uh-huh.
what are you doing? The cookies aren't done yet.
They're fine. It's okay.
They don't look fine.
They're fine. I'll show you. Smell a little weird.
I'm sure.
It's okay. It's not that good. It's nope. I don't get it. I used all ingredients that I like. There's tasty stuff in there, but they're not tasty cookies.
You know, there's a reason that the author put the instructions that they did in the recipe. I think they knew what they were doing.
I think you're right. Well, you mind if I share with your cookies?
Not at all.
Okay.
Well, here's my cookies.
Here's mine. They didn't turn out so good.
How come you don't have as many as I do?
Well, I guess I didn't really measure stuff out like I was supposed to.
Oh, how come they look so weird?
Well, I mean, I did add some things that I thought would look good or taste good.
And why did they taste so strange?
Well, I also didn't leave them in for as long as they probably should have been. So...
Now do you think that maybe the recipe knew what it was talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, me too. That kind of reminds me of growing up a little bit because sometimes we don't always want to do what we know is the right thing to do, and sometimes we just want to do whatever sounds fun and whatever looks good to us at the time, but it doesn't always turn out the best for us.
That's true.
And there is a way that we can turn out good though, because God is just like whoever wrote that recipe.
God writes recipes?
He does, in
Oh.
fact. He gave us a recipe for how to live a good life.
Huh.
He gave us some instructions to follow.
Where do I find those? Do I go to Google?
Well, you could,
Okay.
but the easiest way is to open your Bible.
Oh.
And the easiest, simplest instructions that God gave us for how to live a good life are the 10 Commandments.
I've heard of those.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and the 10 Commandments are easy to follow too. And if you don't, sometimes you can get help with following them, just like you got help from me today.
That's true. You can always ask someone to help you find the verses and read them to you if you're having a hard time.
Anyways, I think that God knew what he was talking about, don't you?
After tasting my cookies, I think he did. Yeah.
So I hope that you will want to follow God's instructions like you next time instead of doing whatever you want to do, because the results are likely to be much better.
I think I'll give that a try.
Okay, I hope you want to be a good cookie.
I do. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Let's all be good cookies. Bye.